Good morning, children. Today we are going to start a new lesson from class 9, Geography, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. So this is the fifth chapter in Geography. We will see that what is the natural vegetation and wildlife. First thing, we must know that unity in diversity. So this is a statement about our country. So we have many diversity in our cultures like language, states, dressing styles, food varieties. There are many things there is a diversity in our country. Likewise, in vegetation also there are many diversity in our vegetations. So there are 12 mega biodiversity in the world. Among that, India is one of the country in 12 countries, and it occupies 10th place in biodiversity. So there are 47,000 plant in the country, and also so in Asia level, India got 4th place in plant diversity. So this is the special features of our country. So we once again I repeat, in the world level it is a 10th place in biodiversity, and Asian level it occupies 4th place, and it has 47,000 plants diversity in our country. So this is the special things in the plant, and also 15,000 flowering plants grows in our country. So you know that 15,000 flowering plants and 6% of the total plantation, the flowering plant in the world is grown in our country. So there are 6% of flowering plants grows in India. So this is also one of the special things about our country. And also 90,000, that means 90,000 species of animals as well as rich varieties of fish and marine living things are living in our country. So 90,000 of species of animals and the marine animals. So this is that a special things about the marine thing. And come to know that natural vegetation. So natural vegetation is, what is natural vegetation? Natural vegetation is nothing but the plant community, that is the plant community which grows without human aid. That means without human help is called the natural vegetation. Once again I repeat, children, a plant community which grows without human aid is called as the natural vegetation. And there is one more term is that virgin vegetation. So what is called as a natural virgin vegetation? So virgin vegetation is nothing but the natural vegetation has been left for a long time without human help. It's called as the virgin vegetation. So once again I read that it has been left undisturbed by human for a long time. It's called as the virgin vegetation. And then so another term we know that so children, you must come to know flora. Flora is nothing but a plant of a particular region. Plant of a particular region plant of a particular region is called as the flora, and the next one is that fauna. So children, you know that fauna. Fauna means the same thing, a species of animals. Animals of a particular region is called as the fauna. So these two things, flora and fauna, is that kingdom constitute of biodiversity. So this is the kingdom of biodiversity, flora and fauna. And the third thing is that there are three factors of this biodiversity. There are three factors. One is that relief. Second one is that climate. And third one is that ecosystem. So these are the three factors for biodiversity: relief, climate, and ecosystems. So these are the three factors of biodiversity, and we will see about these three things in the class. First, we will take that relief. We will take relief as the first factor. So in this relief, there are two major things occupies in the relief. One is that land. Second one is the soil. First we will see that land. So land, there are two types of land. One is a fertile land, and second one is that rough terrains. Rough terrains. One is that fertile, and second one is that rough terrains. So there are two types of land. One is that fertile, another one is the rough terrains. So we will take that fertile land support agriculture. So it support agriculture. So agriculture, we know that agriculture is that major thing and is the backbone of our country. Without this, we cannot eat food. And so it will support fertile land, support agriculture. This rough terrain support grassland and woodlands. So these are the two things it supports. So this is for our life, and this is the shelter of wild animals. The shelter of wild animals, this is so fertile land support agriculture, rough terrains, it supports grassland and woodlands, which are used as a shelter to the wild animals. So these are the two types of lands that. And soil, we know that different types of soils gives the different vegetations. We know that based on the soil fertility, we can cultivate the agriculture. Likewise here also, the sandy of desert. Sand, you know the desert in the Rajasthan, most of the place occupied with the sand. The sandy soil in the desert occupies, one is the cactus and sandy soil. Here, cactus and thorny bushes. So this is the two types of things which grows in the sandy soil. And the second one is the wet, marshy and deltoid soil. So wet, marshy and deltoid soil support mangroves. That is called the mangroves and deltoid vegetations. So these are the things it supported. Wet, marshy and deltoid soil supports mangrove and deltoid vegetations. And the third one is that hilly slope. So hilly slope, it helps that the depth of the soil supports to have conical trees. It supports conical trees. So depth of the soil have conical trees. So this is called as a relief. So once again I repeat, relief has two major things. One is land and soil. Land, fertile land support agriculture, rough terrain supports grassland and woodland for the shelter of wild animals. And soil, there are three types of soil. One is the sandy soil, it supports cactus and thorny bushes. Wet, marshy and deltoid soil, it supports mangrove and deltoid vegetation it support, and hilly slope. So depth of the soil have the conical trees. So these are the three things about soil. So this is called as a relief. And the second important thing is that climate. So we know that climate plays an important role in vegetation. It is very much important. So without this we cannot cultivate it. So based on this we can take we can grow the vegetation. Here it plays participate three things in that. One is the temperature. Second one is the sunlight. Third one is the precipitation. See here it represents the rain. So these are the three important things in the climate. So temperature. So based on the temperature, the extent of vegetations, those what we call as the extent of vegetations are mainly determined by temperature along with the humidity in air. Second one is that precipitation and soil. So based on these things, temperatures plays in the climate. So once again I will explain that the vegetation expands or then mainly determined by temperature. So it is determined by the temperature along with the humidity in the air and the soil and precipitation. So these are the three things related with the temperature and sunlight. So sunlight we know that it based on the duration of daytime and night. So it's happened because of latitude, altitude. If you go to the high altitude, altitude means height. If we go to the hilly area, we can feel less sunlight. So like Ooty, Kodaikanal, we can get that only snow. It's very chilly. We can feel that because if altitude, high temperature is. So based on that, the latitude, altitude, season, and duration of daytime. So based on this, we can get the sunlight. Because of that, we can do the cultivations. So availability of sunlight, we can vary the cultivation in the field. And third one is the precipitations. So precipitation we know that it's called the rain. So we take the rain. So how we are in India, how we are taking that rain. So most of that precipitations brought by the southwest monsoon. So precipitation, southwest monsoon. It's happened to June to September. Southwest monsoon happened in our country. It's called as the June to September, and retreating monsoon is called as a retreating monsoon. Northeast monsoon. So northeast monsoon, it's a retreating the monsoon. So here is southwest monsoon. Mostly we are getting rain in that June to September. That is the southwest monsoon. And the monsoons are retreating, coming to the country. The northeast monsoons nowadays we are feeling. So northeast monsoon. So this is called as a climate. And the third one is that ecosystems. Ecosystem is nothing but that the animals and the living plant and animals is called the ecosystems. So we'll take that. We'll take that ecosystem. Plant and animals. So plant and animals in the area are interdependent. These things are interdependent. Interdependent and interrelated. Interrelated with each other with each other in the physical environment. So it's forming that ecosystem. So the plant and animals interdependent and interrelated with each other in the physical environment, and it formed that ecosystem. It's called the ecosystem. So a very large ecosystem forms the different types of vegetation and animal life. So how much we are getting that area? So based on that, we can get a different varieties of vegetation, and also animals is called as the biome. So biome is very important thing, that the land having distinct types of animals and vegetation is called as the biome. Okay. So now we are going to see that what is the importance of forest. So we know that ecosystem, and what is the importance of forest. So we know it is a renewable resource. We can get many things from the forest, and it gives the quality of environment. It controls the climate, everything based on the forest. So here the local climate controlled by the forest, and it controls the erosion, soil erosion, and it controls the stream of flow, and it support a variety of industries and many things. So it controls forest, control climate, support industries, and it controls the soil erosions, and it offers that many livelihood for many communities. So many tribes who are living in the forest, we know that, and it controls the wind force. Forest control the wind force, and it controls the temperature, and also it causes the rainfall. So we know that it controls the wind force, it controls that temperature, and it causes the rainfall. This is the very important of forest, and it is the major aim is it is a shelter of wild animals. It is a shelter of wild animals. So this is the important things. And nowadays we can see many vegetations in India has undergone due to something. So we will list out one by one. What happened to the vegetations? Nowadays it is destroying in the country, because they are cultivating the new things for the deforestation development of industry and mining. Because of this, we can destroy the forest. Deforestation is happening, and urbanization is a major role. So people are occupying the forest, and they're living in the forest side, and overgrazing of pastures. So these are the major reasons for that natural vegetation has undergone. So because this is the reason for deforestation. If we control it, we can cultivate more vegetations. We can support the natural vegetation. Children, this is the important things. Now today we are saying remaining things we'll see in the next class. Okay. So once again you see this video, and I will send you notes, copy to your class note. So listen the video along with the book and underline the important things in your books. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can text in that message. I'll try to clarify your doubt in the next video. Thank you.